Hello, guys. Welcome to our show today. This is the African Diary Show today with your host, Kate Ndongo. Yes, this is the African Diary Show today with me, your host, Kate Ndongo, and that is with Kid with Essence, and that's a good jam. Yeah, and I hope that your Thursday is going well, going as planned. Mine is running well. I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm good. Hope you're good too. And yeah, so today I wanna start the day with a little bit of some music. So let's listen to this music by Paul Raj. Then we'll get to the show in some few minutes. This is Social Media by Paul Raj. Let's take a short musical break, then we'll get back to the show and we'll see what I have for you for the day. Social media. Social media, social media, oh no, no, find the sugar. Social media, oh no, find the sugar. Social media, oh no, find sugar. Na kusambaza samba, kama gani find the sugar. Social media, oh no, Social media. Media. Social media. Social media. Social media. Yes, guys, welcome back. That was Social Media by Paul Raj. And on today's show, we'll be discussing more about the people of Uganda or Jesus Christ, I messed up. Oh, sorry. So today we'll be discussing more about the people of Uganda, and we'll get to see what Uganda's population is comprised of. But before we start our show today, let's get some positive vibes. Mm-hmm. You know, okay, when I was coming, it's funny. I saw a wild dog walking on the road. It's only in Kenya you will find wild animals roaming here and there, like people. Okay, that was funny. I saw a wild dog around Multimedia University, around its gates, and that was very funny because everyone was okay. There was even no one staring at it. People were just going on with their businesses. Okay, I've never seen a wild dog before, so it was like I even tapped a woman who was seated next to me, and I asked her, what's that? She told me that that's a wild dog. Wow. Together with people, for a minute I thought a wild dog is a harmful animal, but today I saw it's not harmful because it was walking around the place, and people were all over, and people were just continuing with their businesses. So it's only in Kenya you'll find wild animals roaming here and there with people, walking along the road, and people are using the same road. And I'm also sad or bitter or angry because my friend just told me that he took the job, and okay, that's and he's complaining that he has effects. So he's not feeling well. Like, he's not feeling well. He doesn't feel like waking up. And I'm like, who the fuck told you to go and take the job? I keep telling you guys to not take the job, and out of ignorance you took the job. Okay, I told him wait for more effects. I was honest with him. I just told him just wait for more, because it was ignorant. Because I keep telling my friends, I don't want them to be left behind. So I keep telling my friends, don't take the job, don't take the job. And out of ignorance he took it. So he'll have to wait for more effects. And okay, leave alone that. Let's not get bitter. Today is on Thursday. I'm happy the weekend is just here. Tomorrow will be on Friday. Hey, I'm just happy. because tomorrow will be on Friday. I remember. I just remembered something before I got into the studio. There was a day we were discussing. There was a day on a rhythm scoop show that I told you guys, like I said, I just wished you a good month, and I told you I hope that you'll have reaped whatever you're sowing, you see, or you're planting for the month. And it was on 4th, I remember, of this month. And Joby and Spikes were like, it's too early for that. It's too early for the month. But you know what? The month is coming to an end. We have a few days left. And yeah, the month is coming to an end. So I hope, guys, you have achieved your goals. You have achieved your goals. You've done something great before this month ends, and you'll say, at least I did this in the month of, yeah, you'll have something to show that I did this on this month. So before, as usual, or before we start the show, let's look at some positive quotes for the day to keep you running, to keep you encouraged, to keep you motivated, because that's my main aim. Sorry, it's like Joby. Joby gave me the cold after she was cured. Anyway. So wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Jesus. It's the weekend calling me. I almost said sunshine. Wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Yeah, if you want light to come into your life, you need to stand where it's shining. And success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. Have you heard? Happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. So, guys, keep sharing happiness. It's not a must that you share happiness, but when you do something little to your neighbor, to that needy person, to that person, the less fortunate, when you share the little you have shared happiness. And we've seen that sharing or happiness is the only thing that you share and multiply. So, guys, please be kind to oneself. Be kind to your fellow countrymates, your fellow colleagues, your neighbors. Be kind to oneself. Be good. Be good always. And wherever you go. Hey, kids.
Hey, good morning, Kate. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I can't, I
Okay.
can't,
I'm
I
doing
can't,
okay
I can't,
too.
I can't complain. Joby didn't make me sick, same way she did you, so I'm good. Said,
Oh, that's
damn you,
nice.
Joby. Yes, damn you, Joby, and your sickness.
I'm okay.
All right, all right. Well, that's good. That's good. So, What is the topic today? If I can ask,
uh,
I said, what is the
okay,
topic
I'm
today? If
talking
I can be
about
so
the
bold to
people of
ask.
Uganda. Well,
Hmm.
okay, we're talking about the people of Uganda, but I've just started the show. I was giving some
All right.
motivational quotes, some
Okay,
positive
what's the
vibes for
motivational
the
quotes?
day.
I love to listen. What is the motion?
Uh,
What is the motivational quote today, Katie?
okay, I was telling people that wherever
No,
they go, no matter what the weather, they should always bring their own sunshine.
okay,
Uh,
that sounds sweet.
yeah, and
My
I
motiva-
explain it.
my motiv- my motivational quote is Katie. Never rob
Oh,
somebody poorer than you. Never rob somebody poorer than you. It might not work out for you. So
Never.
that's my motivational quote. Never, never
Oh
rob
wow.
someone poorer than you.
Uh,
It might not work out.
yeah, sure, it might not work out.
We go ahead.
uh,
Okay.
so let's get to our topic today, guys. And on today's topic, we'll be getting to know more about the people of Africa, and not Africa at large. We will be looking at the people of Uganda, and we
Well,
know that
well, that
you.
is that is Africa at large. There's no such thing as Uganda. That's made up by white people. We're no borders. So you're actually right. It is Africa at large. Africa, Uganda and Kenya 200 years ago was one area, Kate. So that is Africa at large. It's only when you
Okay.
got white people that you get these borders. So there was no Uganda. Uganda and Kenya did not exist 150 years ago. They did not exist. But go ahead, go ahead, Kate.
Okay, fine. So, Uganda is in the African Great Lakes region. Uganda also lies within the Nile Basin, that and has a varied but generally a modified equatorial climate. It has a culture. Ugandans, defense forces, and okay.
It's known as
uh,
the Pearl of Africa.
hey
Uganda,
Samuel.
Uganda is known as the Pearl of Africa.
Uh, okay, the capital city of Uganda is in Kampala, and the official languages used in Uganda are Swahili and English.
Mhm.
And the currency is the Ugandan shilling. And
How about how about how about that, Kate? It's the shilling just like it is in Kenya. It's the
uh,
shilling just like it's in Tanzania. You know why it's called a shilling?
no, I don't know why.
Because the British conquered that area just like Kenya and Tanzania. That's why they were not
Oh,
countries.
they are all British
Oh,
colonies.
yes, ma'am. There you go. You figured out, Kate.
My history teacher didn't fail me that area.
That's okay.
Africans of three main ethnic groups: Bantu, Nilotic, and
That's
Central
not
Sudan.
that's not true either. That's white people taught you that. There are no Nilotics. People are not. There are no Africans are Bantu. There are no Kushites are Bantu. Nilotics are Bantu. African people are Bantu. White
All,
people
all,
came up with that. White people came up with those things, Joby. Call you
you want to mean
Nilotics and
that all
Kushites.
Africans are Bantus?
Yes, ma'am, they are. Genetically, they are. Like I said, the teach Spikes and Cammy that. That's a fact. Genetically,
That,
you got to see. You got to
uh,
break down. We have to break down white people's lies. We got to break.
mm,
There's no such thing as a Nilotic. They said Nilotics were people who were close to the Nile. That's not a people. That's not a people. Kate, you guys, you know the name Nilotic came from people who
I
live
guess
close to the
that's where they
Nile.
got their name from, Nile.
Exactly. Nilotic. There's no such thing. That's a lie. That's some.
Oh,
Hey, excuse my language, but that's some shit, some bullshit that white people made up. It's not true. No such thing as
uh,
a Nilotic. And so when you allow people to define you, Kate, you've now given them power over you. There was no such thing as a Nilotic till white people said, hey, these black people live near the Nile. They're Nilotics. Like, what? What are we? You're now Nilotics. Why? Because we're white and we say so. That's why. Now you're Nilotics.
but we are all Bantus.
Yes, you're Bantu. We're all Bantu people. Bantu. Oh, I'll teach you that later. That'd be too deep. You're Bantu people. No matter where you
Uh,
go, if you find when you look
uh,
at Jamaicans, those are Bantu. You look at African Americans, those are Bantu. You look at Africans in Brazil, those are Bantu. Africans in
mm,
Colombia, those are Bantu. You're Bantu
uh,
people.
Okay, but they said that there are main four ethnic groups in Uganda, and that's
Well,
the
ethnic groups,
Bantu,
but
the
you know what?
Nilotic,
Exactly. But that's what white people say. But
yeah,
ethnic groups,
and
ethnic groups only come. Okay, let's say me and your brother and sister. Okay, okay,
okay,
right.
yeah,
We have an
mm-hmm,
argument. You get mad at me, and I get mad at you. All right, and
mm.
you say, I'm not gonna be part of your tribe anymore, kid. I said, good. I don't want you part of my tribe. And so
I
you
go
go
and
and
start my own
you,
tribe.
yes, yes, and that becomes a completely different ethnic group. That's what happened with Africa. It got completely crazy, and white people actually helped that along. Start when they came in, they created more tribes, more divisions.
Uh-huh.
When you have more
Mm,
divisions amongst people, and they don't know where they come from, they can
mm.
argue and you can conquer them. It's called divide and conquer, Katie. So now, let's say 100 years ago, me and you were brothers and sisters, but the people of both tribes don't know 100 years ago that me and you were brother and sister. Now they're enemies. I don't like
Yeah, they are
whatever
the
tribe,
enemy.
whatever
They
tribe.
know of their
Yeah,
ethnic groups, of the new ethnic
e-
group formed.
exactly, exactly. Go ahead, Katie.
But
Exactly.
all people know that in Uganda we have the Bantus, the Nilotics, and the Nilohamites and the Hamites.
No, no such thing. No, the Nanohimites. No such
uh,
thing. These white people, boy, they destroyed us as a people. The
uh,
Nagalitic Himites. What, what is that? Well, that's the people that we want to say we're Hamites. That don't make any sense. You said all African
but
people need to
Steve,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
do,
ahead, Katie.
do you want to say that when they separated these people, like when they came up with these different ethnic groups, they also came with the with the new languages, different
Yeah,
languages.
what happened, Kate? When you separate, okay, let's say, okay, once again, me and your brothers and sister. When you
Mm,
separate because of time and
uh,
distance, let's say you move somewhere else, time and distance, you're going to take on a new dialogue depending
mm,
on where you're at in Africa. So it depends on your environment. Okay, so like I was telling Spikes and Joby, the
mm,
people down East Watini are really Kenyans. They came from that area, but their language is different because now they're in Southern Africa and they've
mm,
adapted to their climate and their environment. So parts of Swahili that they knew 200 years ago when they were up in the Kenyan region has now
mm.
changed because now they're down in South Africa and the terrain is different. So they had to have different words, different meanings. But if you listen, you will still find some Kenyan in people in what you call Swaziland, Eswatini, or whatever they want to call it today, because
Oh,
they're originally from Kenya. That's where they
oh,
came from.
okay. I get. And
Yes.
someone I can see you're asking what the height, the mites. I didn't say the mites. I said Hamites.
She said
And
she said she said Hamites. That's that nonsense white people gave them from the Bible that all black people were supposed to be Hamites. If it's the Bible, all black people were supposed to be Hamites, but they didn't like that because they found out the original Hamites were the Egyptians. And oh no, hell no, we can't say black people made all this stuff. We call them stupid and ignorant. We don't. So they started making all these
they
fake.
say Hamites are a person regarded as a descended from Ham.
Exactly. That's a lie. There was no damn ham. He's all like, there was no was
But
no
they
ham.
are
Was no
usually dark
was no
skinned.
exactly. That means that, and they said all black people descended from Ham. So how you get Nilotics and Cushites and now Bantu then? So you gotta understand. You gotta go to the lies. Once you once you understand the lies, you say, hey, this is a lie. Then you can break it down, understand how the European has dominated us because we've accepted his definitions of
Uh,
us as African people. That means all
uh,
black people would be Hamites because that's what they said. All black
mhm.
people, like when I grew up, all black people are Hamites, and you Hamites are cursed by God. God has cursed you, no good black people. I'm like,
Uh,
damn, as a kid, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. The God cursed us. then when you start getting old, that's hey, that's a lie. White people are liars. there's no
And
there's no
they also
Hamites.
said that the largest ethnic group in Uganda is the Bantu
Yeah,
that
the
speaks
largest
Uganda.
group is Bantu because that's what they would call. That's what we call ourselves when white people got here. Bantus are what Africans call themselves, Katie. Bantu people. And Bantu means the people, Katie. That's what Africans call themselves. There were no Nilotics. You can't go back
Uh-huh.
into white people. There was no such thing as the Nilotics. It didn't exist till
Oh.
white people showed up. Hey, you black
Mm.
people are going to be Nilotics. Hey, what? We never called ourselves that. So what? We're going to call you that.
We're gonna call you the Nilotics, and you're gonna be the Nilotics, and you agree.
Exactly. Exactly. Cadence, exactly. Exactly. That's how power works. It's funny, but that's how power works. And then you accept it. You don't allow no one to name you. If they
Mm.
name you, they got your power. You don't allow no one to name you. That's why you got right there over there. You got what? Victoria Lake. There wasn't called no Victoria Lake. Ain't nobody in Africa named no Victoria 150 years ago. White people named that. Hey, look at this lake. We're gonna name it after us. When black the Africans say, hey, that's not the name. They said, so what? So what? It's called Lake Victoria now, after our queen in England. That's gonna be the damn name. And that's what you
Uh,
call it. Like you said, they come out of the Lake Victoria Basin region. There's no Lake Victoria. That's what they called it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now,
Go ahead,
what
Katie.
what were the names given to those like the Lake Victoria before the colonialists came?
Exactly. That's the name. That's the name of it for thousands and thousands of years.
Uh,
You've now accepted a white woman who
uh,
never came to Africa as the name of the lake, Lake Victoria.
oh,
There was no Lake Victoria. that's, that's some shit
oh,
they made up.
I get. And so
Yeah.
you said that all this like what else? River, river what?
Go,
Uh,
go,
uh,
go, go, go see. Pull this up, Katie. Pull up. Say what was the name of Lake Victoria before white people named it? Before white people came. So you know the real name of Lake Victoria. What did the Africans
uh,
name Lake Victoria before white people named it? Ask
I'm
Google that,
going
and
to.
let's see the real name of it. And I bet it's an African name. I bet it's not Lake Victoria. I bet the Africans, Katie, didn't name it Lake Victoria. Let me just bet that. It's like they didn't name themselves no damn Nilotics. Let's see what they name it. Okay, so you say Google
For my
Google what was the name of Lake Victoria before white people named it that, or what the
uh,
Africans called it.
the Google is telling me it was known as Ukerewe.
How about that? How about that, Katie? That's the name of that lake, not Lake Victoria. So when people come,
Oh, I saw the queen came and named it after herself.
of course, that's what I just said. How some white people come and name some shit in Africa after
And
them?
that's how they came and took over us and took over
Yes.
our countries.
Well,
Our
yes, they took over. Yes, they took over the countries. They gave you a false religion. They made you worship them. Everybody in Kenya, Uganda, they all run after white Jesus, who's not real, but you still do it. You still worship it. White people came and said, "You're gonna worship us. We're gonna rename things. We're gonna call you Nilotics, Katie. I see you over there. You? You know what you
You're
are
gonna
now?
be
You're gonna now be Nilotics.
from today you are Nilotic, and
That's right.
you and they also said that Christians make up 85.2% of
Of
Uganda's
course,
population.
that's in every yes, because white people came in and forced Christianity on us. Yes, and of course it
The
does. It's the
missionary.
same. It's the same in Kenya. Same in you. Same. It's either going to be either it's Christian or it's Islam.
Mm,
Both white people came in and
or
forced that on black
Muslims.
people. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna be Muslim or you're gonna be
Mm,
Christian. That's what they did. So, you were told that your ancestors were evil. You were told that your
Mm,
ancestors were wicked and evil, and you not to worship that, and it's bad. So you
mm.
worship their ancestors who are wicked and evil. You say, "Oh, this is great. This is really great." Now, I worship white people's ancestors who were really wicked and evil. So,
But Africans agreed and they followed them. So that's why we have the Nilotes, the Kushites, the Hamites, and the Nilohamites.
yes, whatever they call them, the Hamites, the Bishites, the Holites, the Notites, the Whatites, and the Hostites.
Uh, and the Bantus in Uganda comprises of the Baganda, Banyankole, Banyoro, Bakonjo, Basoga. Hey, it's the community of the Ba. The Bakiga, Bafumbira, Batoro, Babamba, Batwa, Banyule, Basamia, Bagwe, and Bagwere. But all these people speak the same language. The Luganda, it's English somehow, but it's not the British English.
Well, they still speak the British English. They use their own because they had their own
They
language, so it becomes
on
their own dialect. It becomes
yeah.
their own dialect, just like Nigeria was conquered by the British. The
Uh-huh.
Nigerians took their language, and that's why you have like Nigerian pidgin. It sounds different than Kenyan
Mm,
because their languages were different over that part of Africa.
mm,
So they merged, they infused British English with their language, and it sounds a little bit different. That's why. But it's still,
oh,
the English is going to sound different throughout Africa because of the dialect and merging your language
mm,
with the English. So your English in, let's say, Kenya will sound little bit different from somebody's English down in Zimbabwe, who were conquered by the
oh,
British, or South Africa, or over in
uh-huh,
Ghana, or and so but I have a little bit of an accent because of the region and the language
mm.
that you spoke before you got conquered by these white devils. Go
And we are told that these Bantus originated from the west coast of Africa, migrating along the Niger River and occupied the northern, central, and western parts of Uganda.
That's a lie. another another lie. But anyway, I'm not gonna. That's another lie. White people, the lies they tell is crazy. But no, that's a lie.
Where did these Bantus originate?
Well, actually, Bantu supposedly originated from the Great Lakes region
Okay.
right there, and
Uh,
Africans, since like I said, that you're no different from a Nigerian. You got the same genetics, same. So they would say that Nigerians and Ghanaians left there and moved all across West Africa, and then became Kenyans and Ugandans and Tanzanians. But actually, no. They said all of us
mm,
come. Us as me knowing African history, not what white people told me. We came out of the Congo. Africans
mm.
come out of the
The
Congo
Congo
region, and then
forest.
exactly. We come out of the Congo, and then we start spreading out north, east, south Africa. And,
Yeah.
and, and so at that time, all of
Um,
Africa was black. What you see up today, you see these white Arabs up there in northern Africa. That's only
uh,
recent. That we got conquered and moved further south. That's recent. All those countries you see, Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt, those are black countries. There was nobody white up there. Those are
mm,
all black lands. So um um so those are all black lands.
uh,
Those are all black. And so we lost wars. We started to get conquered. As we started to get
uh,
conquered, we went further south into Africa. Like you have some Egyptians who become considered Egyptians that are now down in South Africa, relabeled as the Zulus. The Zulus were in what wasn't called Egypt. The Africans that named Egypt Egypt. That's what white people got it. It's called Kemet. An ancient Kemet, Katie,
uh,
Kim, meaning the black people, black lands, when they were getting conquered, they moved south. So you got the parts of the Zulus who broke off, who became the Maasai in Kenya, and then further south they became the Zulus in South Africa and that'd be South Africa and Zimbabwe. See, there were no borders in Africa, Katie. People move freely throughout Africa. So that's why you got black anthropologists say it's stupid to call yourself a tribe because Africans didn't stay in Kenya; they moved freely. There were no borders. So you got mad at me, Casey. I'm gonna be a new tribe. Damn Keith ass. I'm making my own tribe. I can't stand them.
And I'm calling my tribe Jerry.
Yeah, so you decided to leave Kenya because you hate me, and now you settle in, let's say, Mozambique. You're still the same people. Mm-hmm. Now, years later, you're down in Mozambique and I'm in Kenya. And you say, oh, we're different people. You're not different people.
We don't look like them.
Yeah.
And yesterday there was a friend of mine giving me a story where he went to a party and found these people from South Africa, the Khoikhoi and the Khoisans. Now he was making fun of how they speak, and I've never met one of them, so I found it funny because he was saying they talk like this.
Yeah, he's talking about the clicking and the noise. See that?
I thought their language is it has words like okay, if it's good, no. But it's
yeah, well, it's clicking. You understand, Katie. Yeah. Let me explain this to you. Now, let's take you out. You're young, so it's gonna take you a while to understand this and understand those clicking noises you hear. Everything is based on vibration and frequency, Kate. Back in the time, black people were much more elevated. So we didn't speak, we spoke telepathically. So as we fell in vibration, you start having clicking noises. Actually, their language is more superior than English because it has a vibratory rate. It vibrates. English that me and you speak is a dead language. It has no vibration to it. It's actually considered a dead language.
But I'd love to hear a Khoisan speak that language because it sounds funny to me.
Of course it's going to sound funny. It sounds funny to me too, especially when I don't know what it's about. I heard it now, but yeah, it sounds funny. But at that time, when I first went to South Africa, I didn't know what it meant. I didn't understand it. Right? I was like, man, that sounds crazy. All that clicking and ticking and shit. What is that? What is all that crazy talk? But then,
that's crazy.
But I was ignorant.
You think they are making some gestures.
Yeah, I was ignorant then. I didn't understand that. That's before I knew everything was vibration and frequency, Kate. That language is actually more superior than my English. I didn't know that because I didn't understand. Because I grew up in the church. I grew up loving. As a black African, I grew up loving white Jesus and the Lord and all these lines. Oh, yeah, Jesus and the Lord. I didn't know that the Khoisan language is more superior to English because it has a vibratory rate, vibratory tone.
I'd love to visit South Africa someday.
And so they're not just in South Africa. I'm sending you guys to Tanzania. They're in Tanzania. They're in Botswana. They're in Zimbabwe. They're not just in South Africa. They're in the Congo.
I think they are all over.
I think they're in Namibia as well. But I'll be sending you guys to if Kenya doesn't shut down the country again, I'll be sending you guys to Tanzania in July. In December. So you need to tell your parents you need to tell your parents you're not going to be home for Christmas. You're not going to be home Christmas. You're going to be in Tanzania. You're going to be in Dar es Salaam.
I can't wait for that.
You're going to be in Dar es Salaam.
Since I've gone for a vacation.
You're going to be in Dar es Salaam on the beach. So make sure you tell your parents. Hey, mom and dad, I'm gonna be doing something. Kiki, what are you talking about? Are you leaving us? No, mom, I'm dad. I'm just going to Tanzania. I'll be back.
And then I'll be back.
You'll be back. So just tell them you're going to Tanzania for about 3 weeks or a month. Probably about 3 weeks
Mm,
to a month. I'm gonna have you guys down there, learning the culture, talking to people, and doing a bunch of other stuff. So
okay.
yeah,
And yeah,
and
let's.
you will see that they speak Swahili. You will see that that they you know that at one time there was no border between you and Tanzania. At one time y'all were considered one people. That's why you got
Mm,
Maasai that's in
mm,
Kenya and Maasai that's in Tanzania. How about that? You know why they're in different borders? Because the white man came up and set up the borders. Say, hey, we
and
putting the borders right
corrected
here.
that. Yeah, I understand now. And yeah, let's continue. The Bantu speakers entered the southern Uganda probably by the end of the first millennium AD, and
What
developed
millennium? What millennium they said? Hold on, I got it. What millennium, Katie?
first millennium.
Oh, the first millennium? What
Yeah,
millennium? Well, those are things of the first millennium. That would be damn a million years ago. But they can't. White people can't give no date for us. We're the oldest people on the
that's what
planet.
Google is telling me.
Yeah, but they can't give no date for us. We're the oldest
Uh,
people on the planet, Katie, and we were
but
everywhere. We are the oldest people on the. See, that's why your Bible, Paul. When you know your history, your
mm,
Bible and your Quran goes. We are the Africans are the oldest people, Katie.
oh,
We're the oldest people on the planet. There were no
mm,
Asians. There were no there were no white people, and there were no East Indians. There was only us. The further you go back in time, there was only African people. There were no other races but us, and we were all over the globe. We were everywhere. We was in Africa. We were in well. We got wiped out a lot of places. We was in South. We was in Australia. We were in America. We were in South America.
mm.
You know, a lot of us got wiped out. Because if you go back and look at old ancient Australia, it's all black people. There was no white people in Australia. It was just us.
Okay, and they also say that the largest Nilotic population in present Uganda are the Iteso and the Karamojong cluster of ethnic groups speaking the Eastern Nilotic languages, and the Acholi, Langi, and Alar speaking Western Nilotic languages.
I'm sure they live by the Nile. Don't they live by the Nile, Katie? They
Yeah,
gotta live. Of
I'm
course.
also sure.
That's why they're called Nilotics.
They live that along the river.
Of course. So that's why they're called Nilotics. That's the most idiotic shit I've ever heard. But that's what white people do. They come along and name stuff, and black people will accept these names,
Mm.
which are lies. There are no Nilotic people. Because okay, so how are they not Bantus? Because I found them now by the river. Oh no, those aren't Bantus. Those are Nilotics. Why are they not? Because white people found them by the river Nile. That's why.
I'll
That's what I,
call them Nilots.
exactly. That's where the name came. That's what they do.
And yeah, and people just agree anyway. The Kalenjin are also called the Highland Nilots because they live along the highlands of the Rift Valley.
Other now, exactly. Of the river valley that has mountains. They're the highland Nilotics because they live a little bit in the mountains. What kind of idiotic nonsense? That doesn't make a people because they live on a damn mountain by a river.
Yeah.
That's what they do. It's a lie. They would never call that before white people showed up. White people showed up. Oh, them black people live up there on the side of a mountain by the Nile River. Those are we're gonna name them the Highland Nilotics.
And they said that the Nilotes are believed to have originated from Rumbek in South Sudan and settled around northern Uganda, where other Nilotics moved northwards to Shilluk and to the eastern direction towards Ethiopia.
The
The
reason, the
ones,
reason, the reason why
huh?
that would be a lie, okay, because Africans move freely. They didn't
They
just,
didn't choose
they just an
direction.
emergence in Sudan. They just to say, okay, I live in Sudan. Now I'm going to
Uh,
come down to, and there was no damn Sudan.
they
Sudan
even
didn't exist.
know these countries are called Sudan, Kenya. They just lived wherever they wanted.
Yes, exactly, Katie. They lived whatever they wanted. A lot of times,
Because
like I said,
I believe
a lot of times, Africa,
the
exactly, they would,
Bantus were farmers by then, so they were looking for fertile lands to do farming.
exactly. That's the history of Africa. And see, but they don't want you to know the real history of Africa. They want you to be divided and call yourself different people. You're the Highland. I don't like them Highland Atlantics. Like when Joby said, you know what? I didn't like Sudanese. The Sudanese were mean to me. I didn't like the Sudanese. He beat me.
Uh,
Joby, there's no such thing as a Sudanese. That's one guy that didn't, a couple of people that didn't like you. That's not that get your hard time. That doesn't mean all people from that area, Africa, are bad and hate you. And anyway, there's no such thing as a Sudanese because
I
that
can see
country was just created. Those are just
General
African
Mosquito
people.
is saying Grand Rising, Katie and Brother Keith. Grand Rising to you, General Mosquito. But here it's already 29 minutes past 2 p.m. Uh, that's the Kenyan time here in
All right.
Nairobi. But
What's going
Grand
on, General
Rising to you.
Mosquito? But we're just trying to educate Kate a little bit about the names that white people then gave us, and we're not to accept their names. You don't allow people to give you when you accept people's name, you give them power over you. And the
Mm-hmm.
African and our great grandmothers that were children took these names because they were forced to and took this shit. But we as people gotta say no. Get
Mm-hmm.
that shit back to white people. No, you don't get to name us. You don't get to name our lakes. You don't get to tell us who the fuck we are. We tell you who the hell we are. Not you.
Not you to tell us.
Yes, not you to tell us and say because now you gave them power over you. And that's nothing you never give another race of people power over you. Because then you'll worship them and think less of yourself. That's something you do not do. So as African people, we have to start learning that that's something we do not do. We
And
do not do. So go,
uh,
go, go, Katie.
talking about the Nilo Hamites, they are saying that the Karamajong and the Tesos and the Lang and the Kumam are also the Nilo Hamites. And I'm wondering how comes they are Nilo Hamites and they just told us that the Tesos are the Nilotes.
You know why they tell you that, Katie? Because it's a lie and it's to confuse you. That's why. That's why they tell you that. Because it's a lie, Katie, and it's to confuse you. That's why. Now this is not like the Hamites. It's a lie.
Now I'm getting the confusion. So they wanted to confuse us and but
Yes. If I steal your history, Katie, you don't
mm,
know. You won't find your way back to Africa's greatness. If I keep telling you who you are, you're going to
mm,
accept that. And then when you come across real information, say, "Oh, these Africans did that." They said, "No, no, Katie, those are not
mm,
Afro Nilites or whatever. Bad Jews. Those were actually Caucasians that was there, and they did that." You said, "Oh, okay, okay, you named them. Okay, okay, I get it." And you won't understand it's a lie. Everything, it's a lie. So
and
that's what they
okay,
do. Go,
okay.
go ahead, Katie.
The term they say that the term Hamites originated from or was borrowed from the book of Genesis, where
Exactly. It wasn't borrowed. That's what the book of Genesis is a lie. So what the
uh,
book of and that's the Bible's even new. So what were they before they were called Hamites? See,
uh,
these are lies. These are
uh,
lies, Katie. I'm just trying to,
where
these
you
are lies.
find Noah's son. So they name the tribes according to the Noah's son, the Ham, Sham, and Japheth. So they are Semites, and the Japhetites.
Yeah, these are lies too. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So
I've
these
never
are,
heard of
see,
a Semite and a Japhetite.
see, because they said, well, they said, well, they try to say these white people now are are Shemites, right? But that's a lie
Mm,
because Shemites will be black people too. Because all that part that you see that's now Israel, that was Northeast Africa. That was all African people's land. So now you got white people running around saying, "Oh, we're now Shemites, we're Shemitics." No, you're not. Ever ever going to be real? Those people came from those people came out of Europe. You're not no Shemite. The Africans are Shemite. And they know that, but they said, "Oh, okay, well, no, 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 we're fuck the Bible. We don't want. We're gonna take the land. We're saying we're Shemites, so we're not going to adhere to this Bible no more." Well, you said, according to this dumb Bible, the Africans would be Shemites too. That's
I
your
can
book.
see
That's your
General
book.
Mosquito, General Mosquito is saying, Brother Kid is right. Names are important. It defines you like the name, the name of Jesus. Lol.
Exactly. There was
Sounds
no
like a
J.
sandwich.
There was no. Okay, okay. Let's prove, Katie, that there was no Jesus ever lived 2,000 years ago. Now, I want you pull this up in Google. It's easy. Say, when did the letter J come into the English language? Ask
when
Google.
did the
When did the
when did
letter J, the letter
when
J,
did
the letter J come into the English language? Now we're gonna do real history, real facts, not lies. So when did the J come into the English language, Katie? What year?
a minute?
Take your time.
They said that both I and J were used in interchangeably by
Uh-huh.
scribes to express the sound of both the vowel and the consonant. It
And what
was
year? What year?
in 1524.
Okay, so check that. That's only 500 years ago. So there was nobody walking around in the world called Jesus 2,000 years ago because the letter didn't even exist, Katie. See, that's history. That's history. You've been told lies by Europeans.
Wow. Uh, okay, I didn't know that
Well,
letter
now you
J.
do. Now you do. I know. I
Yeah,
know.
now I
I
know.
know.
Now I
I know. It's eating your soul up, Katie. I know it's eating your soul up, sweetheart.
know. At least now I'm getting to know these things.
This white man's not your guide, Katie. It's a lie. It's made up. I know it's going to take a while to make you understand this. It might be scary. It might be scary. Because I was your
Uh,
age. I was your
mm,
age in college going through the lie. So it's going to be hard because you grew up with the lie. It's hard to grow up
mm.
in a lie and everyone around you force the lie on you and believe the lie. It's a lie.
But
But it's still a
when you
lie.
finally discover the truth, it feels good.
Well, it feels good, but it's also scary because everybody around you ain't discovered the truth. everybody, everybody that's around you ain't discovered the truth, Katie. They'll still be mad at you. I know. I know. I know. A lot of people want to live in the lie.
uh,
Just like your friend you said that took the you know what. I'm sadly enough, he's gonna take the dirt nap. You try to tell him, and doctors are saying it's an IQ test. He's a
mm.
poor. I'm sorry to tell him he's not going to make it. He will be dead in 3 to 5 years. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not the one who did it. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. So
uh,
hey,
it's
sad.
just Okay, let's continue. The Buganda make up the largest ethnic group in Uganda, though they represent only 16.7% of the population. And uh, the name Uganda
Came from Uganda.
is a Swahili term for Buganda, and was
Exactly.
adopted by the British officials in 1884 when they established the
when they
Uganda.
when they took it over. When they came in and took over Kenya and Uganda and Tanzania, exactly. They came and said, "Hey, you niggas, we're taking over. We're gonna name you. We're gonna name everything here. We're gonna have you. You're gonna drop all your religions. You're gonna worship us and white Jesus. If you don't, we'll kill you." So that's what happened. That's what
uh,
happened.
Keith, I think we should be winding
In the
up
show.
now.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's getting late. We should be
I can
starting.
I can hear Kate tell her parents, Mosquito, Mom and Dad, Jay was an English language, so won't one of my name Jesus. Katie, where are you getting such nonsense? Where are you getting such things? It's on Google. It's on the computer. Hey, that's the devil. It's the devil, my lord. The devil is on the computer. The devil is on the computer, my lord.
Hmm.
It's the devil.
The devil is on the computer.
Yeah, and they say, but that's information you can find in the book too, Mom and Dad. It's in the library. If you get a real library, it's
Mm.
not just on the computer. The computer just takes me to the information. It doesn't give me the information. It's just a search engine. It takes me to where I want to go. It doesn't give the information, Mom and Dad. It just takes me there. I don't care. It's telling you that Jesus didn't exist. It is the work of the devil. It's the work of the devil.
uh, so, Keith, let's wind up the
Hey,
show.
family, let me say this. Okay, let me say this. Family, the social media thing is up, but I fucked it up. I messed it up. So give me a day because I messed up the I messed up the website because I
Mm,
went back and tried to change the theme. 'Cause I didn't.
mm.
I like, hey, what kind of theme is this on the phone? It was working correctly, and I messed it up. So I gotta have him wake up. It's early here. He's still asleep. So he got to go back in and fix what I messed up. I messed it
Oh,
all up. So give it another day. Katie, Joby.
uh,
Spike's already created a damn name. And we'll have Joby, Kate, everybody start creating their own profiles on the social media platform. But give them a day to unscrew what I did. I fucked it up this morning. I was asleep. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh man, what's going on with this thing? And then
no, it's fine. We just given you more time.
yeah, I messed up. So to give him time to wake up and let him fix my screw up to the mosquito, but it is up. But he's got to fix my screw up. I fucked up. So much love, family. Make sure you join Joby, Kate, and Spikes on the Rhythm Scoop show or the 254 show. I never know what damn show Spikes is doing. so, so much so much love,
Okay,
family.
guys. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. You loved it
And
as well.
like
You got
and
to
like
learn
Katie
some
says on the
good
show,
things.
I hope you learned something. I hope Kate's learned something. Hope you
Yeah,
guys have
I
learned something.
did. I did learn that letter J just came into appearance in some few years ago. Uh, yeah, I got to learn some few things or many things that I didn't know. I hope you guys learned something too. And
But
for now, I'll be saying Koheri. Kid, are you saying something?
I'm saying go ahead. Much love,
Yeah.
family. We as African people, we have to love one another and treat each other with kindness and respect.
Yes. Yes.
So much love.
Yeah, and I wish you the best of. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, and tomorrow is on Friday. I'm very happy tomorrow is on a Friday. The weekend is kicking in.
Kate's all happy about being Friday already. Are you guys eating chicken or pizza Friday? Are you guys eating chicken or pizza?
Chicken.
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 Good. Huh? Is it chicken?
Yeah,
Yes,
chicken.
Man,
chicken.
that's all you guys. That's all you guys eat is chicken and pizza, pizza and
Chicken and
chicken and
pizza.
pizza,
We are
pizza and chicken and pizza.
They are
What
not
Joby
good
say?
things to.
we are good. We are good with it. We are very good with it. Very good.
Okay, well, whatever. I thought you might want to try something different, but okay. So tomorrow is chicken and
Yeah.
pizza. You guys are going to turn into a pizza that eats chicken.
We don't grow booty. We don't grow booty.
You're going to,
Thank you
Joby,
so
you're
much
going to,
for saying Amani Familia. I mean, Amani.
Joby, who's going to love you, Joby, when you turn into a pizza that eats chicken?
My body is fit. My body is fit. So even if I eat a little bit of junk, it will never lose my shape. I believe in that.
Oh, General Mosquito is asking chicken or chicken.
Chicken.
I'm talking about chicken, not chuck. Chicken, General Mosquito. They eat on Fridays. They go back. They go from chicken to pizza, pizza to chicken, chicken to pizza, pizza to chicken. They never change up. It's crazy to me, but hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you, kids.
We appreciate. We appreciate.
Much
Uh,
love, family. Much love, family.
much
Like I said,
love to.
the social media is up, but wait, don't go on it. Because I fucked up the website. So let them fix the website first. So we'll all
Okay,
get on it Friday. Okay?
okay,
Jim
bye.
Mosquito and Tracy. I fucked it up. So much love, family.
Much love to you too, and thank you for giving us this chance for being on. Yeah. So Kaherini Familia.
Go ahead,
We
eat to chicken and pizza for everybody. Damn it. Much love.
enjoy the rest of your day. I'm leaving you with this jam, Trippy Love by Lex the Wolf.
It's another one. Oh, in
Love.
love, you just they move too fast, girl. Slow me down. Yeah, yeah, lie. Eat up, 'cause I know say you can take another round. Yeah, see, I know how you become my way, but I know won't let you out. Yeah, 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 I'm poor, eat up, 'cause you moving all around, girl, slow it